The text came through on a crisp Wednesday afternoon, sandwiched between a grocery list reminder and a weather alert about incoming flurries. It was from my sister, Elena, short, clipped, like an afterthought, if you're around. Swing by Saturday for the holiday gathering. No enthusiasm. No mention of the kids. No warmth that might suggest we'd been missed. I stared at it, thumb hovering over the screen, replaying old hurts in my mind, the way family ties had frayed over years of small slights, the kind that build like frost on a window until you can't see through anymore. But hope dies hard, doesn't it? Especially around the holidays, when the world sells you on reconciliation wrapped in twinkling lights. I didn't respond right away. Instead, I let it sit, fermenting in my thoughts as I picked up my daughter, Mia, from school, and my son, Lucas, from daycare. Mia, with her wide-eyed innocence at 8 years old, chattered about practicing a holiday dance routine. "Can we show it to Aunt Elena and the cousins?" "Mom," she asked, her voice bubbling with that unscarred trust kids have. Lucas nodded along, his 4-year-old cheeks puffed with cereal crumbs. Their excitement sealed it. Maybe this year would be different. Maybe the silence from Elena wasn't deliberate exclusion, but just her busy life as a real estate agent in bustling Denver suburbs, always juggling open houses and client dinners. By evening, I texted back, "Sounds good. Can I bring my apple crisp? The one with the cinnamon topping the kids rave about." Delivered. Read. No reply. The silence echoed in my chest. A familiar ache. But I pushed it down. I'd learned long ago to interpret quiet as permission, not rejection, growing up in a household where words were weapons, and withholding them was the sharpest cut. The next day, I involved the kids in picking out gifts, a puzzle for Elena's twins, handmade ornaments for the cousins. Mia drew cards with crayon snowmen, her tongue poking out in concentration. I finished the scarf I'd been knitting for Elena, a soft merino wool in deep burgundy, stitches tight with unspoken apologies for past arguments. I'd started it after our last blow-up over Mom's care costs, where I'd shouldered most of the bills while Elena claimed scheduling conflicts. Friday brought storm warnings on the radio, blizzard conditions rolling in from the Rockies, roads icing over. I sent one more message, "Still on for tomorrow? Driving from Boulder, let me know if plans change." Nothing. But I packed anyway, coats, boots, the crisp wrapped in foil, gifts in a tote. The kids bounced with anticipation, singing off-key carols as I loaded the SUV. 7 hours on the road, visibility dropping to near zero halfway through, wipers slapping against the onslaught. My knuckles whitened on the wheel. But turning back wasn't an option. Not when Mia's face lit up at the thought of family. "We're almost there," I murmured through gritted teeth, even as doubt gnawed at me like the wind against the car. We pulled into Elena's upscale neighborhood in Aurora just as the snow eased, the street lined with luxury cars and holiday lights twinkling like false promises. The house glowed from within, garlands on the porch. A wreath on the door cracked slightly open, spilling laughter and the scent of roasted turkey. I carried Lucas, asleep against my shoulder, while Mia clutched my hand, her boots crunching on the salted driveway. A reserved spot sat empty except for a sawhorse sign. But Elena's gleaming Tesla with vanity plates, elite one, claimed the prime space. I parked a block away, the cold seeping through our layers as we trudged back. Pushing through the door, the warmth hit like a slap, overheated air thick with cinnamon and conversation. Coats piled on hooks, boots in neat rows, but no space for ours. I balanced everything, the crisp, the tote, the kids' hats slipping off. A seating chart near the dining room caught my eye, names typed in elegant font, assigned to plates on the long oak table. Elena's family front and center. Cousins, friends, No mention of us. Mia tugged my sleeve. Mom, where do we sit? Her voice small. Confused. I swallowed the lump in my throat. We'll find spots. Sweetie. But inside, the tension coiled tighter. A slow burn of realization that this was an oversight. A stranger with a champagne flute glanced our way. You must be a +1, she asked. Then drifted off without waiting for an answer. Aunt Carla swept past, herding Elena's twins to the dessert bar. Not even a nod in our direction. Mia trailed after instinctively, only to be gently steered away by another mom with a pasted-on smile. The kids' table is full. Han, I scanned for Elena there. In the kitchen. Back turned. Apron pristine. Laughing with a man in a cashmere sweater. Our eyes didn't meet. Instead, her best friend, Vanessa, brushed by with a cocktail. Didn't think you'd brave the storm, she whispered, her smile sharp as a shard of ice. Elena figured the weather would keep things simple. The words landed like a gut punch. But I held steady, shifting the crisp that no one offered to take. Laughter erupted from the living room, a toast. Glasses clinking. Mia pressed close. Do they see us? Mom? I forced a whisper. They do. But the lie tasted bitter. This wasn't forgetfulness, it was calculated. A quiet erasure built on years of me being the reliable one, the sister who wired money for Mom's meds, organized birthdays, swallowed insults to keep peace. Now, standing in that polished space, I felt the weight of it all. The betrayal simmering beneath the festive facade. As the evening dragged, the slideshow started. Elena's family through the years, projected on the wall. Soft piano music underscoring the curated memories. Guests cooed, wine glasses in hand. Birthdays, vacations, holidays flashed by, events I'd hosted. Paid for. Cleaned up after. But I was absent. Cropped from childhood photos. Edited out of group shots. One image hit hardest, our old porch. Easter dresses matching. Elena centered. Basket in hand, I'd been sliced away. The frame ending where my smile should have been. Mia's question pierced the haze. Mom, why aren't we in the pictures? Confusion. Not anger. In her eyes. I bent low, maybe next time. But the hurt bloomed in me. Raw and unrelenting. Fueling a quiet resolve. The applause swelled as Elena bowed modestly. Thanks to this family for making it through storms together. Together. The word mocked me. Vanessa dabbed a tear, murmuring how Elena was the glue. No one mentioned the glue I'd provided, the $500 monthly transfers to Elena's account for family emergencies that went unacknowledged. I retreated to the foyer, coats still over my arm, spotting and used name tags. One scribbled, +1 plus Mia. No last name. No me. No Lucas. A guest mistook me for help. You watching the kids? So natural. Vanessa intercepted. Mia's dress is cute. Vintage find? Her tone dripped condescension. In the hallway, I overheard Elena. Everyone who RSVP'd properly is listed. Keeps it organized. I confronted her softly. I texted twice. She sighed. Annoyed. You didn't confirm right. Assumed no. The crack inside me widened, not loud, but irreversible. Mia sat on the stairs, eyes downcast. I gathered the kids, wrapped the scarf back in its bag, and turned to Elena. Silence as belongings price? I should have spoken sooner. Her mouth opened. But I was gone, stepping into the cold that felt cleaner than the warmth inside. Outside, a cousin, Rachel, pulled me aside. Elena's keeping peace. Don't make it about you. I met her gaze. It already is. Mia and Lucas waited by the kids' table. Plates empty. A cousin muttered, not real family anyway. My blood boiled. To Elena, your idea? Making them feel like outsiders. She snapped, always overreacting. Rebecca. I didn't yell. Instead, phone in hand, I canceled the auto transfer, $500 gone in a tap. Reading into things? Read this. Her face paled. We left without fanfare. The door clicking shut on their pretense. Back in the car. Mia's gloves were missing, left inside. I returned alone. Slipping in quietly. Through the kitchen door, Elena's voice. She's always the drama. We protected our space for the kids. Vanessa laughed, thrives on it. Mom's complicit murmur. A child waved from the window. Innocent. I grabbed the gloves. Passed a toast to those who show up emotionally. Laughter. Mom's chuckle sealed it. I left silently, whispering to the night, no more hurts from you. The drive home was a blur. Storm raging anew. But inside me, clarity sharpened. We arrived exhausted. The kids crashing after Coco. Morning brought relief. Not rage. I posted online, not for vengeance, but release. No names, just the truth, the drive, the erasures. Mia's plate untouched. Photos attached, the tag. The chart. The cropped slide. Erasure with silence and planning. Comments flooded, solidarity. Shared pains. Elena messaged, dramatic. Take it down. I replied, no more hiding. Her world cracked, lost a listing gig. Whispers of image issues. Not my goal, but the cost of her choices. Days later. A box on my porch, returned gifts. Scarf untouched. Proof of rejection. I journaled, belonging isn't earned. If it is, it's false. Silence from them became my shield. A voicemail from Mom, vague concern. A photo from a cousin, unedited. Me visible. I burned a letter of forgiveness. Ashes scattering. Weeks turned to months. I formed a support group, the Unseen Circle, women sharing erasures. Mia's family tree art, just us. Framed honestly. Ran into Elena at the store. She averted eyes. I smiled. Free. Sent Mom a photo of the kids. This is family. No more begging. The price of my choices? Peace. Hard one. In spaces I built myself. Revenge wasn't the roar, it was the quiet stand. The voice that echoed louder than their silence ever could.